What's the role of IGL during the game and every practice? Well, during practice, I'm a bit more moany. Like when I'm IGLing in practice, I do tell the I shouldn't really, because it's not good. It doesn't make practice very good. But when we're in practice and I'm like, you shouldn't be doing that, boys. Like, you need to be doing this. Like, what are you doing here? And stuff. And it does ruin the mood sometimes in practice. I have to be careful with that. But generally, as an IGL, it's all about keeping the atmosphere in check. What I found as an IGL and as Boaster, if my mood is down, the whole team mood will be down and we'll end up losing. So as long as I can stay positive, then we have a higher % chance of winning. So I think the TPs on bind are really strong. So I was trying to abuse that and abuse the rotations. This is an old strat. It's like a super old strat. That I did this, I think, at the start of the game. And it was the idea is just to make as much noise, drag a rotation back. So as you can see here, Raze is kind of like, doesn't know where she wants to go. And we try and get the orb for Sova. The idea was to rush a Sova ulti, just so then we'd have Sova ulti by second buy. You only have one monitor. Yeah, I do only have one monitor. Thank you, Trez. So, as you can see here, we've taken the TP, but we've left Sky there. And then the idea was to get the other orb. But because this team took the orb, we didn't go for it, and instead we just decided to fake A. Meanwhile, whilst we fake A, these guys are meant to walk up long. And you'll see now how well the fake works. It actually works really well. And my job is to try and sell the fake as much as possible. So I was just making as much noise because I didn't want to give them info. I knew, and I'm making like a lot of noise by the block and everything. And by the time my teammates are here, I've decided, yeah, I think I've dragged enough rotations. Let's take a TP, and I've got one smoke left, and I smoked the CT spawn. And the way that current meta is being played is teams tend to like want to deny plant. They don't tend to be as aggressive. And I knew that Tens plays over towards B as Reyna, so at least no, I don't think anyone's going to push through the smoke in a finals game, you know? So here we go. We get the bomb plant down. Elbow is open, so we just had to be all careful of that. I just about get this kill. I had a classic and the wall was up, so I couldn't actually see. And Doma's job here, I actually think Doma screwed up there. So Doma gets the plant. If I'm Doma, instantly I boombot. Boombot to my left. And I have a nade. So he has boombot and grenade. So if I was VOD reviewing with Doma after this game, I'd say like, yo Doma, like use your boombot before this. Because he does get one kill, which is super good. But I think his boombot would have bought him some more time and allowed him to also throw his nade. Because in a pistol round, Ray's boombot and Ray's nade is one of the most broken pieces of utility. So if you're not using it, I don't think you're playing correctly, in my opinion. So Mystic said they could be on it. I think we mistimed the nano because Sentinels were quite fast to come. So the toxin comes in, we land it. I try and deny the plant and just kind of delay time, but we do get half down. Now the idea is to we just say can't be on it. They can't be on it, boys. And we can't try and play as much time as possible. Luckily, that guy dies trying to defuse it. Tens is in a 1v2. He has to go for a kill. He can't defuse right now, but he's got double damage, and we win that one. So now, the idea here, stream, is like on an eco round, I died. Oh, yeah, I died. Sometimes I can get a bit too big dick, and I was kind of like, I was wondering if I wanted to make noise or not, and because I felt like we were too predictable because I'm running the same strats as I did in First Strike. So I was like, maybe I go and have a look, but as I was like hesitantly crossing, I was like, he just one-taps me. But luckily, they weren't actually in preparation for the drone. So here, you just go with the drone. The Viper wall does make it a bit awkward, but the drone should clear out most bits. And we don't have my smoke, so this whole take is a bit more awkward. But I think it's still manageable. All we have to do is Mystic has to shoot a toxin, I think, at elbow. Or CT, that was fine too, because he got denied plant and now he can plant. So we plant, but someone should be covering this. But luckily Magnum gets a little flush off there. But still no one's covering that. So it's a bit awkward, heavily towards CT right now. Oh my goodness, that shot was sick. That kill by Magnum probably won us the round. If Magnum dies there, I think we might lose the round. No lie. Because now that we don't have any pressure from elbow, we're feeling a lot more nicer in terms of everywhere else. You're my favorite in the tourney. Thank you, Bacon5994. Why is Brim better than Astra on Bind? I just think Astra's ulti isn't that great. I think Astra is viable on Bind, of course, but I just think for what I would like to do, Astra wouldn't help me. I like Brim smoking and entry fragging. Someone has to entry frag in this roster. Sky has to flash. Sova has to recon / drone. Viper is playing after plant. So Astra can't be an entry fragger, and Raze is satcheling in. So the planter has to be a Brimstone. That's why I play Brimstone, because I farm orbs, I get a nice ulti off. I got a molly for helping me plant, actually. I don't use the molly to thingy. We have the worser guns, so we're kind of just playing it safe. And a read that I got versus Sentinels was, after about 20 seconds, they leave showers. So I was like saying to Magnum, let's just walk in. And Magnum was like, can I dog? I was like, no, you don't need to. I think they're saving. They're playing quite passively. So then we grab the orb for Magnum, or me, I can't remember who grabbed it. And we just carry on our way. Now I'm a bit awkward because I'm like, I think the call here was to leave Magnum on A, and for us to fake B, maybe. We'll see. So the idea is for Doma to make a lot of noise in hookah. I was like, I think I did this on the fly. I was like, drone up B long, Doma, make noise in hookah, go back to short. Magnum, just find timing on A. I think Magnum could have been a lot closer, to be fair. This guy actually staying here was a bit annoying for us. And him behind this wall, the wall actually saves him. Because he swings me now and I'm reloading. We got Sova with the recon out. It wasn't ideal. Magnum does get the kill. Now, yeah, I know, but now it's a bit awkward because, yeah, the timing of everything's dead because the smokes are down. I managed to get an elbow smoke off as we were running up because I was trying to drag the rotations, as you can see here. But if I don't die here, the round is looking good because I have 2 smokes. I saved 2 smokes. I smoked both front sight. We get the bomb plant. But it's just annoying that I died. Alright, so default again. I get orbs. So I've got ulti now. We have a Sky ulti too. And let's see what I'm thinking. So it looks like I'm thinking for a backside take. And I don't mind using the Viper mollies here because I have ulti and a molly as well if we need it. So let's see if this lands. Just in case one was on Shroud. That's a Boaster molly right there. And then here we go. So the drone comes out. Smoke comes out. I actually don't smoke here because I kind of wanted to... I don't know why. I think I should have because I did make this a lot more awkward for us. If I just did the 2 close smokes, it would have been fine. Oh, that was why. Because I had ulti. So I did it because the mollies tend to like drag people over to either one side or the other. And we saw him on the minimap and I just ulti him and he can't go anywhere, you know? Magnum kind of gets banged by Sentinels there. But we do get the plant down. All we have to do is hold the swing, and then it seemed to work though, so that's good. The best way to use Brimstone's ulti is, 1, there's 2 ways. You either use it for the execute and just ulti lamps, or you do what I do and wait until you see someone and decide how you want to use it. I like to wait and use my ultis because I'm quite fast at using utility, so I might as well try and think. I'm quite quick at thinking about what I think is the best one on the fly.
Did you pick sides here?
This was actually my bad here. I think Doma gets the ulti kill here. So it looks like we're doing some form of fast B rush. I smoked off hooker and I smoked off elbow. And we've got a little cheeky recon coming in onto site. That's a Boaster recon. So here I think if we take the TP, we reset the whole play with a man advantage. And that would have been good. But because we forced this kind of issue of going on to B long, despite knowing that there could be 4 here, it was kind of a bad idea. We do get the nice trade here onto the Raze. Now it's a 2v3. And I think... Let's see what I tell the boys to do. Oh, this is actually kind of awkward. I just took the TP in the end. Did we actually? Oh, nice. We win. I told Mystic to ulti out of showers, I think. I was like, just ulti out of showers, because there was no way he was getting out. And then he ultis out. And then we actually took TP again. This is actually bad by me. I should have waited. We almost lose this. Oh, we almost lose this, but luckily. That's funny. He thinks it's long. The sound on stage must be so rough, guys. Alright, so here we go. 4-1. Money's looking good. Just drone up A. Go with the drone. 2 smokes on site. Very simple. Beta kind of thing. Just a on-the-fly call. It's very good versus anti-ecos. Just kind of grouping up, going together. As you can see, I'm YOLOing out as Brimstone. Get that kill. I actually get killed, but trade's going out. Viper Wall helps to cross from lamps. It's really good, that Viper Wall. That's a Boaster Viper Wall as well. That's a Viper Wall from testing so many Viper Walls that don't work, and then I just found out that this simple one seems to work. And the way I did it was I went into free look, and I flew above a bomb site, and then I took a screenshot, and then I just went on to MS Paint and was like drawing random lines on the bomb site and was thinking like, what would that do? What would that do? And the wall I came up with was this one. And then everyone was using it. Their Viper ult is a short. This was so annoying because Magnum's whipped out his thing without flashing. And then I've just died because of he killed the boombot, tucks in dogs, and I've swung to help him. This is a really bad miscommunication. But what I did say to Mystic was Dapper, I even pinged it, Dapper plays here. I was like, he's definitely going to be there. And we just bottle our... Me and Magnum were on different wavelengths, it looks like, this round. And then we threw. Doma gets a nice kill there. Enemy team uses an ulti, to be fair. They use... Oh no, Durkee used his ulti. I said to Durkee he shouldn't use his ulti here after the round. I was like, I'm not sure if that was the best ulti, because there was no way we were going to win that round. Like, properly, I think. And look how we're saving. Like, 5-1, 2 people alive. Try and keep your economy pretty good, because look, we got 1 more buy now because of the saves. So once again, same again, default. Doma boombotting into hooker. I do wonder if he's been doing that at the start of every round. Because sometimes I tell Doma not to boombot at the start. What? So here we go. We do a default this round again. And I just felt like they weren't playing A. I don't know why. I was just like, we went B. We haven't had much success. But then I thought that they'd think that because the previous round we kind of went A2. So for some reason I was like, I think they're going to think I want to go B because we haven't had much success on A. So then I just called like a default into A. And it looks like none of them are there. I can't remember the exact reason. Is Mini here? Hey, Mini. So here we go. Look at this wall they use. This is my wall. So here we go. Recon comes in backside. We run in. We're taking it kind of chill because we actually don't know where they are. We actually sky ulti out. Get the bomb plant. Viper's job here is just to sit and cover the smoke and then fall back. Boom. He should actually be holding this wall smoke, actually. And Raze, Doma gets out, managed to get the bomb plant, and now this is in our court. We've got 1 molly to our name, and a Boaster ulti. And I think we win this just off the back of my ulti. So Doma is playing a cuckoo position. I think he's trying to make a play. I'm not sure how good that play was, but it is what it is. So here we go. They do a Sova ulti here. Mystic said they can be on it, I think. Sick gets a kill here. He's getting pushed, so I'm thinking, do I use my ulti here? We're in a really precarious situation. However, they don't know where I am, so I was like, screw it, I'll use my ulti. Mystic gets a really big kill here. I'm on the flank. All my job is just to get this kill and get out. So I get that kill, I get out, and I actually go for another kill because I want the orb points. Because I think I can get 1 more orb before the end of this half. If I grab the orbs and stuff. So So this round, I think, it's always awkward. You'll find this on Bind, that if your hooker player gets pushed, there's a lot of panic that ensues. And you'll see, I think you shouldn't use your boombot here, by the way, if Doma's watching. And if you're a Raze, don't boombot this. It's a waste. Because that can happen. And then what? Durka swung on his own. So, like, there's a lot of fundamentals going wrong here. Durka swinging on his own there is bad. Doma using his boombot too early. You'll see how to deal with it next round. If someone does that smoke and does a push and you're like, you haven't pushed in front of it and you're kind of scared and you're like, they could be pushing down B. There's two reactions. You can just go straight into an A hit and hope that they're playing... Because if they're showing this much aggression, they're probably 3B. So you can go into an A hit. However, against an Astra and Viper comp and Raze, it's super hard to just go into an A hit. So the better play is what I do next round. What's up, Hailstorm116? How you doing? I'll show you what we do next round. So, look, so they do it again. And this time I was like, Doma, don't use anything. Just chill. We wait. Durka, just beware that they can push you. That's all that needed to be said. So Durka gets droned here. He gets pushed off. And we have to just be aware of this. Durka's kind of aware of it. He spots. You have to be kind of careful if they had an AWPer. However, they don't have an AWPer agent. So they're not going to have an AWP. So just be aware of that stream. But now look. Doma and me, we just clear it together. Nice and simple. They wasted a drag and a smoke. And we 30 seconds into the round. And we still have the same amount of control as we would have. Except it looks like we're going into an actual execute. So sometimes when people do a force play like that where they push you, the best thing to do is simply wait. That's good. So we drone in, find the guy on the left, and we were like, nice. But now this is important. We actually get this kill and we should just go hard. And that's what we kind of do. All we have to be careful of is backside. We're kind of aware of it. We get the entries. Nice entries. Doma has ulti. I think Raze ulting into B is super strong. Because it's a lot nicer angles. I think ulting into A against Astra meta is really hard right now. But I think you can still do it, obviously. But it's like the angles aren't as nice. Alright, so here we go again. Default again. How many orbs am I off? I'm 2 off. So I think my plan here was to get... Oh, man, I remember this. That pissed me off. There was a miscommunication on default. Magnum's just left me and I didn't realize. Because I called for Magnum to go to B long and swap with Durka, but I meant like after I got control. So there was a miscommunication because what I wanted, because they were reading into the fact that where Sky is, like we like to go. So I was sending Sky over towards B long to kind of sell it. But I didn't realize he left me, so I died to a Raze ulti. It was a good ulti by Sick, to be fair. But I think we would have got the trade had Magnum been there. So now we're without my smokes. Executes are a lot more awkward. So now I tell, which is a really solid play, if you want to throw it in there, flashing through Viper walls is super strong. And that's what we do. They ain't ready for it. Doma almost gets 2. Nade lands there. Like, it's looking pretty good. Magnum pushes through. I think Magnum should have just swung hard instead of dogging. 10's getting the kill. I think... What's happened there for Mystic to get toxined? I think at this stage in the game where we execute this late, if you see a spit on the floor, you just have to tank it. Like, you just have to go in. Because if you don't go in now, and the rotations come in, it's GG, you know, stream. And especially because we don't have my Brimstone smokes. If we had my Brimstone smokes, maybe we could wait. But because we didn't have them, we couldn't wait. If I was Magnum too, this is a little play here, stream. But where Magnum's found this timing on the Viper... He should know that the Viper will want to kind of, like, it's really difficult to understand, but, like, if he force pushed through here, he would have got 2 kills. Because enemies wouldn't expect him to push this hard in. It's kind of like an entry fragger kind of game sense. Sometimes, if you go super aggressive, people don't, like, especially when you're, like, making out that you just want to take control, like, they're not used to you pushing into backside. If you go big dick, sometimes you'll see me go big dick in games. And, like, those sort of plays will win you rounds. Especially because we have a man deficit. We're a man down. Like, doing a play like that could have won us the game. And I think it's worth the risk. So here we go. Same read as always. They will leave Showers control after a while. I'm one off ulti, so I want to get into this ulti. Magnum's one off ulti, so we have 2 ultis to play with here. This should be an 8-4 round. They only have an Astra ult and a Reyna ult. If we can get this ulti, this was big. So I was like, Magnum was like, I'm gonna flash. I was like, no, don't flash, don't do anything. Because the whole idea is, if enemies are wasting their utility, don't throw your utility just at a whim. Make sure you're just holding your utility sometimes. Because if he flashes there, yeah, it might stop the Raze from doing this push and potentially killing me. But what it also does is, it means we have 1 less utility for taking control safely. And because we're going to get a Sky ulti and a Brimstone ulti this round, like, we should be able to just wait and then wait for the execute. He does dog here because we get the kill, and I don't mind this because of the kill. If he had dogged that guy, I was about to ulti the Viper. But I decided to smoke here. I think the smokes were kind of rushed here by me. Because as you can see, I'm calling for the boys to do this, and I've made Magnum ulti out. We're faking A quite hard here. And then maybe I ulti. So I'm trying to make as much noise as possible. Oh, this was bad by me. I have ulti. One of the ultis gone into lamps. I should have just ulti lamps. If I had ulti lamps, they would have full rotated for sure stream. Yeah, this was my bad. We get a nice tag off to Zoms here though. Nice little grenade by Doma. When you're a Raze, just nading backside is super good. Sometimes nading the cubby is good. But generally, because we have a drone going out onto site and clearing everything, as you can see here, I think droning out onto B site is super strong. Getting out is really strong. B is so hard to hold if they don't have a smoke in the chokes. Like, if they have smokes in the chokes, it's a bit harder to take. But if they don't, then you can do stuff like this. And we managed to get out anyway. The fake worked, really. So that's good. Sometimes you don't have to fake in a 5v4, but like, I like sometimes faking when we have a man advantage because it really sells it. 8-4. I'm thinking 8-4 on T side. Damn. This is going to be good. And I know what they do on CT side. The call was, if this guy does this smoke, he's in what we call deer. We call this deer. I was like, if he smokes towards lamps, he's in deer. Just triple swing him. We're going to fake push A long, B long. And you guys just triple swing this guy walking. So they should have gone a bit more aggressive here. I told these guys to fake B long. The recon comes in. If the boys actually watch the VOD, they should read that when the recon comes in, it's a BXX from Hooker. But I don't know. There wasn't enough time to watch the VODs because we literally finished playing against Newton. Does your brain sometimes just stop and don't know what to do or call? All the time, bro. There's no perfect call, and for me, I'm always trying to find the perfect call. And sometimes it's just about confidence calls and just going in sometimes, you know? I always try and find the perfect call and then end up confusing it. Sometimes simple is good. So here, I don't think the boys play it very well here. By both coming into this position. Doma should be throwing a nade towards where he dinked that guy. I think he should be just throwing a nade here. Like, what I find with Doma is, and what I'm trying to get him to teach, is him to use his utility. Because he has one of the strongest pieces of utility in the game, and I feel like he forgets to use it sometimes. And now he's dead, you know? So it's really crucial. They do a nice bait here. However, Magnum gets checked anyway. And we have a double flank with me kind of playing here. The flank gets spotted. It's over. This round is over. Oh, no, it's not. Because if you have a Brimstone smoke and you can't smoke off both chokes, yeah, smoking this choke would have been good. But I'm telling you now, sometimes smoking the bomb is unreal. Because you can sit, especially when teams plant it here. I guarantee that when they planted, they didn't look into the corner as well. They probably just planted quite loosely. Let me have a look. So let's have a look at the Raze if we can. So the Raze is planting, but the Raze is looking outwards. She's not looking into the tube. Look, you can see it here. See? She's looking towards long. So what that means is the spike is going to go in the direction of long, which means there's more of a radius for the defusal to happen, which means you're going to get fucked by my smoke. Because look, my smoke comes in. And look how far out I am. And they're all spamming this. If it was in the corner, I would 100% be dead. But because I'm on the edge, look at them. I didn't even get tagged. So make sure when you're planting the bomb, boys, you plant the bomb efficiently. Alright, here we go. Eco round. So, oh no, this round. So we actually won the pistol because of that defuse, but look at this round. This should never happen, by the way. This shouldn't happen either. How has he walked out of showers? Oh, he's walked out using the Viper smoke. And I can't see him. I saw him then. But by then he's already swung out. Yeah, that's not good. I don't think that's very good about us. But however, it's because of their wall across here. It blocks you from peeking into showers. So in order for us to have showers, you need better info into the round. We have drone. I think he drones now, but it's too late. Because the nade comes in. That's a really good nade by Stick. Look at that nade. And then it just drags us off. Tens gets 2. Okay, I'm not annoyed about this round. When I was live, I was a bit like confused as to how we've died. But now I've seen how they actually did it. I think, yeah, I'm not annoyed at the boys for that. I honestly think the best way to play against the wall that they're doing is to actually play in lamps one guy and play one guy triple or gate, in my opinion. Okay, so now we're on an eco. I actually think we should have played close. I figured out later on that we should play close against this comp that they have, because they don't have the best execute. So playing like, we call it get right, this angle here and here would have been better. I forgot that they actually do that Viper smoke on lamps too. I think their T side isn't actually that bad, especially with the Astra as well. I think it does make some annoyance. So we read into this quite late, but the whole idea is where Sova is, that's where they go. So as soon as I saw the Sova recon on A, B, you see, look, we all just rotate. But the kind of thing was, I think I tell Mystic to go into showers, because I think showers is probably the best place. If you're on your own on A bomb site, showers are probably the best place to anchor from. Because if they do end up coming A, either through the TP, or if they come through the TP, then they'll rush into showers and you might be able to get 1 or 2 kills. And if they don't come through the TP, I think you'll only find like 1 or 2 lurking. So that means what happens is you can just chill here. If they tap the bomb, you can swing, try and kill the bomb planter, or molly the bomb plant so they can't plant. And you can take cover either behind their smokes or in the showers. But let's see what happens here. So I think they spam me here. They spam me through the smoke here. It was a bit unlucky. So they did well to spam me, to be fair. Maybe because I was playing slightly predictable. Oh, Magnum's whiff there. I reckon Magnum's aim was shaking like mad there. So Dome pushes into Garden still. It's super good. I mean, I think it's 5v3 now. We need to make a play. Okay, so this strat is kind of like a Sky ulti rush strat. We just Sky ulti and just follow it. But the Viper molly here, Dapper did really well to molly this, to be fair. And look, you can see we're trying to crunch him, but they just came through and just owned us. Mystic's not gone through the molly because he's a bit scared. Raised nade comes in. They did really well to deny us this. This was a kind of like a Hail Mary. Maybe we shouldn't have done this, because we've only lost 2 buy rounds right now and then 3 ecos, you know? So like the fact that we've done this so soon, I think was a bit crazy, because I think I was just about understanding what they do on their CT side. So if we did one default, I think we would have won this round. Like if we just did played a normal round and just read what was going on, we had the reads every time. Like we knew where they were. Like we had 3 or 4 there. We just got picked off or we didn't play it right, you know. And for me to do this call was really bad. I think that's because Sky had ulti and I wanted to get rid of it. But I think we could have got rid of it in a more like passive way. Anyway, here comes their drone again. So we're Sova drones. I was like, that's where they're heavy taking control of. So Tens gets a kill. So I think Durka doing this was bad, in my opinion, because the drone is up on A. And so where the drone is where they are. And Tens likes holding this angle. I've seen him hold it in the VOD as well. But because we didn't have enough time really to show everyone, it was mainly through my own anti-strats, you know, that I was saying like care for this and shit. So Durga dying does make it slightly awkward. Magnum dying now. So once again, like, oh, it's only an eco round. Okay, never mind. It's only an eco. I'll let him off. I'll let him off. So we do the Viper ulti on short, and I think they just kind of counter it. Once again, the recon on A, so we should be expecting kind of a heavy towards A right now. So we should be kind of offloading our utility a bit. I got rushed by this. I got rushed by the Raze. Sick does really well here. I missed the boombot, and he's been like a real nuisance in hook. What is this? This is hooker. He's been a real nuisance in hooker, and he's kind of owned us. Jimbot Live, thank you for the sub. And so I kind of got a bit flustered and got owned here, and they've walked out on a short. The drone pinged Mystic, and he's just getting spammed. GG. They're playing it really well. I think this is like how you play it. Their T side is very simple. There's been no executes or anything. It's just very simple, swarming in the site in a somewhat controlled manner, and they're really good at it. And they're catching us off right now, as you can see. Oh, what? And they lose this round? Okay, never mind. Let's see what happens. So I'm in heaven. We actually win this round. Magnum gets a huge kill on the flank here. I get a kill out on short here. I molly the get right player, so he has to move out. One short. Get right guy dies here at shed. We know one's short on the dog, and we know one's probably default. Default guy dies, short guy dies. 5v3 retake. I was not expecting to win that round.
Absolutely huge. It's kind of crazy, but we'll see if that is enough to kind of tip.
So Boombot comes in. It's really, like I say, look how much pressure he's putting on me. Like I normally am quite good at spraying the Boombot through the smoke. Oh, actually, I was waiting for him because every time I tried to spray it through the smoke, he's tried to spray me. So I tried to wait for him and spray back at him instead of the Boombot. But he actually wide swung it. So I was trying to anti-strat his kind of method of taking hooker right now. But they smoke it out and they're out again. So they do quite well here. They push us off. However, the Sova drone's up A, so I'm not too worried right now. I've used one smoke to kind of deny them controlling hooker. They force themselves through it. I used another smoke for the rotation. This was actually the first round I think they went a bit off book. They did well here. Because it's going so quiet towards A. How many flushes? Magnum's got a dog. I think Magnum should be dogging around now, really, in my opinion. I think he's held his dog for a bit too long here. Like 1 minute 5. It's gone quiet. I think a dog down long would have been really nice here, because he's not going to be able to use his dog by the time they come. He's also... So Zoms comes here now, and they're already setting up already for an A, B. They do really well here. The recon comes in, and that's when I knew I fucked up. The drag comes in backside, and I get owned. Magnum gets owned here. I don't think the boys' setup here is very good whatsoever. I remember them... I can't remember if they did it in a prac or not, but I just remember saying, like, this ain't a setup, boys. But I think... I can't remember if I said it in this game, like, let's not do that setup again. Because that's not a setup. I don't think it's strong whatsoever. Because now Dome is taking a TP. I'm in Planet Cuckoo on my own. I've come in to try and help. Sometimes like pushing through the CT smoke is really strong. Like pushing through the CT smoke is really strong. You'll catch a lot of teams off guard. And I almost killed the Viper, but I ran through a molly. So like I know he's coming out of this smoke. I don't know, but like a lot of teams like peeking out of that smoke on the box. But I die here. They raise ulti. And it's a 3v4, 2v4. I just tell the boys to save. Right, here we go. So this is the final round that I'm sick of it. I'm like to Doma, yo Doma, can you kill the boombot he keeps putting in? So Doma's killed the boombot, and I'm sat here with a judge, the most broken gun in the game. Look at me, just crouching here like a little bot. Magnum ulti's here. I can't actually remember why. I think he does it a bit too prematurely in my opinion. Because this is what I said. And this is rule number one stream. If you're in any team, and if you're playing under any team, and you're playing against any team, and you have the reads, as in, like, you know the anti-strats, where Sova is right now is where he's going. That was the whole game plan. Where Sova is where the majority is. They're either doing a 5-0, 3-2, like a 3 long 2 hooker strat, or 3 hooker 2 long strat, or they're doing a 4-1 with a guy lurking. If Sova makes it presence, they're doing a heavy B default. So if Sova's doing a heavy B default, we want them to come to us because we know they're coming here. We don't want to throw all our utility and make them think, oh, actually, I don't want to go to this site. So when we're throwing utility like this, I think I told Magnum this. I said, when we throw utility like that, we make them more scared about coming to our site. Because look, we have Sova coming over now. So the idea is to let them come to our site. I don't know what this means. Alright, let me get Strat out. Astra. Viper. Okay, so this is a choke, obviously, on bind. This is a choke. So if you know they're coming into this bomb site right here, you don't want to use your utility here. What you want to do is let them in. Let them in, and then have good setups on the site for like attacking them. So you get a guy on Shroud. Actually, bind A bomb site is a bit harder because the way it's built. But this site, for instance, we get a guy here, get a guy here, get a guy here, get a guy here, get a guy in tube here. Like, if we have a lot more here, yes, they have utility to clear out, but what it means is that when they're committing onto the site, they fully commit. Even here with a flash through the smoke, you know? We want them to come to the bomb site. We don't want them to run away and go somewhere else. It's more, on bind it's slightly different. It's a bit harder to kind of like do it because sitting on the B bomb site isn't that good. But like on other maps, if you have the read and you know they're coming to the site, don't use your utility. Let them come to the site. So look, we've used a lot of utility here. So now they're kind of scared. And that recon, and because I'm in hooker, we know it's not a B anyway. Because like they haven't taken hooker control this late. Dirk is droned. This is like we need to be using our utility on A right now. Doma's already on the rotation. Magnum's already on the rotation. Mystic needs to be shooting his spits. He still has 2 spits. Mystic spits should have been gone long ago. He should have been banging one into toilets and banging one on shore, in my opinion. Because we know it's going to be a B hit right now. Look, even I've had time to just throw a random smoke here. Yes, and Mystic's smoke timing is really off here. It should be going up now. Look, my smoke, I've done a random smoke here. Is it always best to let them in? Not all the time. Sometimes it's better to bring the fight to them with a good flash and whatnot. Didn't you just say don't use your util there? No. So, don't use your util on the site that you're stacking. So, the site you have, if you have a read and you know they're going to be, don't use your util because you have 4 people there and it's going to be really hard for them to take it when they do commit. However, now that they decided not to go B, and we only have 2 on A, and we know that because I'm in hooker, because I'm here, it means it's about 80% chance it's not a B. Because they did a lot of pressure here, they did a recon onto the site, and then you're like, well, what's going on here? Like, nothing. And I'm still in hooker, no presence, so it means they're going back to A. So what you want to do while the rotations come in, because you don't have the instant read, you throw your utility. So there's 2 ways. There's, if you are stacking the site, don't use your utility too much. And if you need time for the rotations to come in, use your utility prematurely. Because 40 seconds on the clock, they have to kind of attack. Because it gets really squeaky bum time. So Mystic uses his molly now, which is fine. So he actually, the UI maybe didn't update. But he manages to get 1 molly off. So that relieves him from showers. And as you can see how much this molly buys him time. Because he's getting a lot of pressure from A short right now. But luckily not from showers. I've come in now and I've... Does he get this kill? Mystic shouldn't be... it's a bit of weird because holding angles in this game is really bad. However, on one ping, I'll allow it. So Mystic doing that is fine. However, he did have another molly. So if I'm Mystic, I'd be stacking my mollies. 10 seconds on the clock. Should be using his other molly here instead of taking this fight. Oh my goodness, that's a good shock dart from Durka. But now the Rainer flash comes out, and look, we have all this. Me on the flank. Doma does really well here to delay with the bomb with his grenades. I'm on the flank with a Glock. Oh my goodness, this round turns to... Oh no, it turns well. I get a kill. I think Doma shouldn't have ultied because I said I was on the flank. So Doma should know that I'm coming to save the day. As you can see here. But now everyone's died because they've swung back sight. And now I'm looking like an idiot with a Glock. So if you were just to analyze that round alone, there was about 6 mistakes from us in one round. And that's what experience is, and that's what game sense is, and I guarantee you'll see it in all your games. Alright, anyway, here we go. So money's really dog now. So I think the kind of read I had is that execute isn't good, we should be playing close. So I was like, we should play close on this wall and not let them out so free. Because they use their drone right at the start. Because they use this drone, it means that they don't have a drone for the execute. So in theory, it should be kind of easy to hold them. But I'm too late to read this. I was a bit aggro here. The problem with us on eco rounds is we go one by one and just give up frags. It's not great. Why Brim over Omen in high level play? I think Brim's a lot better on this map than Omen. You can get orbs. If you can get orbs on a map, I think Brim is a really good shout. Ultis are really strong in this game. I don't know if you've realized this, guys, but ultis are like, you know, like especially on maps like this. Look at our ultis. We've got a Viper ulti, super broken right now, if you can get it off. I don't know how to read. Thank you for the sub. We've got a Sova ulti, super broken. A Brimstone ulti, super good. A Razor ulti, super good. And a Sky ulti, super good. We shouldn't have lost this game. But I think just the way, just watching us make all these mistakes, and also how well Sentinels are playing in terms of taking map and kind of their play style, I think Sentinels deserve this finals. Like, it's not our time. They're better than us. Now I'm playing in hooker, so I think I've got the read. The read against this team is try and keep hooker control, and also try and play close on A. So that's the kind of read I'm going for. The drone comes in. Now I told Doma he has to be the one to kill the drone because he has the satchels to get out. And when you kill a drone and you're baiting for someone, you have to kind of swing out. And he does that really well. And they actually try and ulti him here. They actually get the ulti, but because he has the satchels, he's managed to get out. They're using Mystic's orb to cover him. So that's really good. Durka's drone, I think, is a bit too early here, in my opinion, because they're still in the default phase. I've done a little bait here. I did like a little fake smoke in hooker window, just in case they watch my VODs, because sometimes when I do this smoke, I like to play like in weird positions. So I did this smoke, and well, he did check me, but one ping, you know what I'm saying? Man's killed him with that one ping life. So get a nice little kill, smoke it off. Sova shock dart. I'm thinking, boys, I think it's a B right now, because Sova's shifted from droning from here all the way to B now. So if you pay attention to where enemies are at the start of the round, you might be able to get the reads based off where they are now. He does a recon. I'm just trying to delay right now and just make it as awkward as possible. I actually asked for Magnum to flash for me out here, but Magnum decides to come with me. Now, I think this is the experience that I was on about from a Rust player. I don't want him to come out with me here, and I've kind of been flashed. And he's just YOLO'd out, despite being blind. All he has to do is tuck back in. That's what happens in Rust, man. Once you blow down that door, you gotta go onto the honeycomb. So now I'm like, oh, I'm so dead, boys. I remember thinking I'm so dead. I was trying to hide from the Rainer flash. I get one. I wanted to ulti, but like there was no chance, and I felt like I had to swing. See, this is how you play a lurk. See, look at him. He runs out of the smoke on CT, You know, like I said, sometimes it's really good to run out of the smoke. Because people, they switch off. They switch off and they forget about backside sometimes. And if you either play backside like you want to swing and help me, but because I'm dead, you have to play it a bit more bait now. And you have to play like kind of like this. And they don't actually clear him. Look. Half-ass clear by Shazam because 20 seconds on the clock. He has loads of time, actually. He could have cleared properly. He even has a recon. But he didn't do it. Durka swings around, gets that kill. 2 kills, 1v2. This round gets awkward, doesn't he? I was like, go together. Luckily, Doma gets the kill. Whenever you're in clutches, boys, just try and make sure you stay, like, together. So I was saying Doma, like, wait for Mystic here, and then look, now they go together, and Mystic's, like, following Doma to try and trade. Granted, this clutch is, like, super hard to kind of play together because there's so many angles that Dapper could isolate, but as long as you're somewhat near each other, you can maybe, it's still favorable, you know? So here we go again. Drone up. So drone up B means probably a heavy B here. And I'm like, oh, damn, I'm pinged. I have ulti, though. So I was a bit scared here. God. So I've ulted long and I've just come out here. I've kind of owned it here. Except I didn't realize there was one more on site. This was my bad, really. Because I thought, I was like, this is OP. I'm going to quickly delay them. I die. And I'm like, oh, whoops. But this was kind of bad by Magnum and I think, how many flashes? Magnum's got 3 flashes, bear in mind. I think he should have a flash out ready. And just pop one out. He does get a kill, though. But he just gets instantly traded. And I wasn't fast enough with the support. Also, with the drone coming in, I think these boys could have pushed up A short. Like, because like I said, the whole game is when the drone drones, then this is how they play, either 3-2 or a 4-1 default. These guys could have pushed probably. And we were trying to delay, but I think Magnum could have used a flash a bit faster, personally. But that's just my own opinion. My molly, despite not getting off, it's actually quite good because it does delay them a bit more. Tens does well to push this. This is you know when I was saying earlier as an entry fragger, the lamps thing, where Magnum was like in a 4v3 and I said if Magnum just pushes into lamps and like goes back sight, he'd own it. This is a sort of like big ballsy play you need. Like Tens here, pushes through the elbow smoke, pushes around to here. He might die here, but you can also find a timing to get a kill. Oh, I don't like this though. Okay, he actually gets out. Look at this, see? People don't expect that stuff, boys. So if you know that like the chances of someone being elbow is like 90%, the rotations are probably coming in a bit late. Taking elbow is really strong sometimes because if enemies get elbow back for free on the retake, their retake is a lot easier. Whereas if you can maybe get a kill on the elbow retake, like just having elbow control gives you a lot of space and a lot of room to breathe sometimes. Obviously, it's not best to get elbow every time, but sometimes it's really good. Oh my goodness, what is that flash? I don't know why they decided to TP. Maybe because Durka's out on the back side. See, Durka does well to force himself onto the site here. But the TP was a bit interesting. I don't know what Tens was doing there. Mystic's in a really good position to own it now. So if I'm Mystic, I just hard kind of get across. I think he does that. So, what I said was, no one is get right, which get right is the box thing close to sight. I was like, 100% no one get right. I think they're short and lamps. And then it's just how the boys retake it, I guess. We know they're short and lamps. This is get right round this corner because when you come out, it's on your right, and it's the first thing I could think. So they do a recon here. I honestly don't know how we win this. It's really well played. Nice recon. Because they can't peek it. Oh. Because Shazam can't see it, Zoms feels like he's forced to swing. Because Shazam is thinking they could be full sticking it right now. So that recon, because Zoms couldn't destroy it, is super good. And the smoke obviously is super good because Shazam can't see it to confirm if we're on it. And then we managed to win the 2v2. Sometimes a recon where enemies can't destroy it, but it's super strong because then they can't swing on it too. So I throw this round. I shouldn't have called a rush. Rushes weren't working at the start of the game. I think it's because we went 12-10 to 12-12. So I was thinking I want to catch them while they're thinking about what we might do. So I wanted to do a rush. But because people are so used to our rushes now, and rushes are like people know when we're rushing because we have a sky flash coming in, you know? So I think this was really bad call by me, and they hold it really well. They get the TP coming in, they kill 2 people. They've got 3 on B already anyway. I think we should have just carried on abusing their default and hit A late. That was my thing. No, I actually don't think Get Right's a good post plant spot. I think it's pretty bad, especially if you can't get lamps control. Because people can swing you at lamps and kill you, and you can't wallbang through the box. Honestly, I think the way they play that post plant, it's really hard actually. I think the way they played it was fine. It's the only way they could do it. Another way would be for Shazam to run all the way around to showers, but that would require Zoms to be like a really big bait. I don't know, it's really hard to know. Zoms could have pushed through lamps and flanked from behind. But these are all like big dick plays. I think the way they played it was good, but we just kind of had the right utility and the right agents alive to win it. So here, like, I'm trying to think, like, how do we win this? Yeah, that call was really bad by me. So here comes their default smoke. Consists of the lamp smoke and the wall. But it means that when they do this stuff, we have info if they can be out or not, so we don't have to worry. So I think here, the Sova reconned into showers. Durka's already rotating off. The drone comes into hooker. So this is like, this could be a hard B right now, boys. But look, they're playing it how we should have played it, personally. They've got the control here. So now as a CT, we have to be thinking like, how do we stop the rush? So stopping the rush is by, oh, me doing that. That's quite good. Also me getting ready to smoke window and long. How do they stop the rush? By playing this position together. Mystics one way shouldn't be up right now because they're making a lot of noise. I always say this, like where teams are making a lot of noise, you probably don't need to be having your one way smoke up. It's really important that stuff like that is happening stream, because especially when you're 2 there, because you trade off of each other anyway, and when they're making so much noise, it's probably not going to be an A execute, especially because they had the drone and a raise come in. So here comes my smoke. So it's like we're getting pressure quite hard, and I was thinking I need to do a smoke here. They molly. I molly under the window to stop the rush. Magnums could have just chilled there. I smoked for Magnum. Oh yeah, I smoked for Magnum again, so he can just play under window, nice and easy, really good spot, and that's how you stop the rush. So it's all about utility timing. I did my smoke, I did my molly. They can't push. 25 seconds left on the clock. It's feeling like a B, boys. They're really committing to this, and then we win this round. So here now we play the default round, and we play it quite slow, as you can see. But what owns us here? So I'm thinking, like, I think I want to end up A, boys. No, I wanted. This is bad, because it's bad because Sova's pushed down long. This would have worked if Sova was in garden, or if Sova was at elbow. This drone, I mean. What I'm doing right now is I'm pretending that we're doing our normal stuff, which is a drone onto B and like the normal stuff. It could have sold it better with my smokes, but because he's pushed down long, they know it's not a B. They know it's a fake right now. So now Durka's going to get spotted running back, so they should 100% know. Because Shazam's comms will be, Sova was running back to A. Tens is in a really good spot for our push, and we get shut down. Bad calling by me in this finals, I'm not going to live stream. In this overtimes. I think if I kept it simple, I almost won this round. Imagine if I won this, by the way. It would have been sick. Look. 1v, 2v thing. I was like tapping it because I was like, I got 8 seconds. I was like, I need to find a kill quick. So I get... Imagine if I got that. So close. I would have been dead though. Anyway, here we go. So the drone goes in. So once again, where the drone goes is where they're doing their heavy default. They get Reyna into showers. Let's see what happens. So Tens is playing super aggressive, as Reynas do. I think it's fine. And they walk into Sova Recon's B. I'm like, Sova Recon B? Now it's looking like a heavy B. Durka's still got a Recon. I don't know where his drone went. Let's have a look. I think I told Durka to drone short. I told Durka to drone short and for the... Oh, no, I didn't. I can't remember. But I don't think Durka should have droned into TP. I think we needed showers control back. We needed to know if anyone was in showers at this point of the round. Because we're heavy on A, and if we knew that no one was in showers, maybe the boys on short could have pushed into up short and done a hard flank. Or Sova rotates, and then these boys use TP to rotate. So there's two ways we could have played this round. But because we went through TP, it's not the end of the world, but we saw their normal default arrays. So it hasn't revealed us too much yet. I've smoked the hooker off now. We have a strong kind of short setup right now to counter the short. If I'm Durka, I honestly would recon into showers or something. I don't think there's any point in him saving his stuff. Anyway, so Magnum is in hooker now. And 30 seconds left to go. The way they do it is like they drone into B and a heavy execute kind of prodding. They haven't shown any presence. This is an A. That's what should be going on in our head right now. It doesn't look the same as all the other rounds right now. You know, you have, as a defender, it's all about recognizing patterns. And if you can individually read, like, this doesn't feel like the same as last round, or something's off, like, I think it's going to be my side. If we could read that, then we're OP. Doma gets huge 2 kills here. Durka, because Durka's behind this wall, he gets caught off. But this, Durka dying here was the game changer. Yeah. That Astra is actually really annoying here, isn't it? Yeah. We did so well to delay them here. The setup worked here, but I don't think Durka did his job very well, in my opinion. But it's not like a flame, obviously. But I think Durka should be playing like a bit more angles for showers. It looked like he was playing behind this wall, and it looked like he tried to shock dart into shower. I'm not sure. But he should be ready for this wall to come up, because he's seen this wall come up twice this round. So he should be like, I can't really play behind truck because of this wall. The boys on short don't need too much support, so I need to make sure that I'm getting that kill when they come out of showers. And sadly, he didn't get that kill when they came out of showers. Tens gets 3. We're in a 3v3. Oh my goodness, are we winning? Oh man, does it go for another overtime? Oh, it does. Luckily, me and Magnum own it. Sheesh. Alright, so Viper walls on A. So when Viper walled on A against us, it was generally Viper towards A. That's kind of how they did it, and it meant that Tens was on B. That's the read. So what do we do? So this round I just, simple. I just say, do the strat that's worked for us a few times. Nade comes back sight. We ping the Reyna. Tens getting a kill here was huge. He just kind of swung out. It looks like he jumping shot Doma. Look at this. Look, he sprays. No kill. Jumping shot and killed him. The long guys are coming in now to crunch, but I think it's too late. The flash comes in. But we don't have enough. That's a good flash by Magnum. But he gets killed by Shazam coming through the smoke. We don't have enough support coming in. Because the Astra smoke was really well there. The Astra smoke's really good there. Actually, what could have done here is on that Astra flash, if we jumped out the window, that would have been good. Like here. But I whip out my smokes again, and it's really awkward. I'm already starting to run off to A. But now it's impossible. The idea now is like we're 5v3. Mystic, maybe you can find a kill whilst we try and pretend that like we're panicking and running back to A. That's kind of what's going on here. I'm like, let's just run back to A and like try and get a kill. Mystic, try and find a kill, and then we'll take TP. And you can see like I try to take TP and die. So once again, they droned up B longs, which means, boys, it's a heavy towards B right now. And look at them, they're doing a 4-1 strat. They're actually doing a 5-0 strat. And they kind of just force themselves out here. This is actually mental. I'm doing the classic Boaster hide in a smoke strat. I'm scared. Dominates really well here, to be fair. Holds this angle. I get a really nice kill here, to be fair. But I start panicking now because I'm like, I think I'm screwed. But I think Magnum uses... When did he use his next flash? I think Magnum could flash out here. He's playing too passive with his flashes. Doma's on site. If Magnum forces himself through this smoke here with a flash, I think he would have owned it. Because I'm dead. I actually get a molly off as well. Doma's backside as well. Doma should swing left side. If Doma swung left, it would have owned it. And he does, but he dies. Magnum actually goes through now, to be fair, and owns it. 2v2. This is winnable. I was saying they could TP, because it felt like they were going to TP, but they actually don't TP, which is really good by them. Because if they TP, they have no idea where we are. But if they do TP, they have no idea where they are, but they have no idea where we're not right now, which is like close sight. Whereas if they TP, they'll have to clear showers, short, jungle, lamps, thingy. So making sure they stay on B is really smart here. Mystic dying here was so unlucky, I think. I think he just whiffed. But also, Shazam got a nice kill on him here. It was really unlucky. And we lose.